How many finishers did we end up with?
I'll tell you in just a moment.
Oh,
You'll find out.
we did 7 o'clock.
Yes, it is.
That's
All right.
Come on, get a move on already.
Let's get this show on the road. People, come on. All right. Well, hey, thank you for joining us first of all, thank you for being a part of the 2020 NorCal Six-Pack of Peaks Challenge, the 3rd annual challenge. And thank you for joining us for this little virtual celebration. We have in the past done something live, and unfortunately with the current situation, that's really not possible. And we started doing this on Zoom back in May with the last year's Arizona Winter Challenge, which ends in April. And we had plans to set something up down in the Phoenix area for the end of May. And of course, COVID-19 hit. And so we had to adjust, and we went to Zoom. And we found out that it actually worked a lot better for a lot of our challengers, because people who wouldn't have been able to attend in person, regardless of the pandemic, were able to attend because it was online and virtual and so on. And we know that whatever time we pick, it's not going to be perfect for everybody, but we're glad that you guys are all here. So I'm going to introduce. Let's see, we've got Emma Masick. You want to wave, Emma?
Hello.
Or say something? Yeah, there you go. Just a little housekeeping. Most people, or a lot of people, are probably familiar with Zoom, but there's 2 different main views that you can choose from. There's a speaker view, and there's I call it the Brady Bunch view. They call it the gallery view, but basically it puts a grid of all the different faces on the screen. We already have more people than will fit on a single page, and so that might work if you want to kind of browse and you kind of see who's here and what's going on. That's awesome. But if you want to see who's talking at a given point, you can switch to the speaker view, and you can see, oh, there's Jeff, and he's talking at us. So, okay, so let's get this on the road here. Let's see if I can get this slide thing to work. Oh, awesome. So we're going to do a recap of the 2020 challenge. As I mentioned, Emma, our community manager, is going to do a little trivia contest. And we have a prize for that too. We'll talk a little bit about Big City Mountaineers and the 2021 challenge. And then we have a gear giveaway with some pretty cool stuff. If you want to see what's in the gear giveaway, we have a list on the website. On the homepage, there's a link to a post for tonight's event, and it's got a listing of all of that stuff. So, and I'm seeing, gosh, we're up to 18 people in the room. So that's pretty awesome. More and more people are joining. Great to have you. So I wanted to real quickly do a quick recap. We had somebody asked how many people have finished this year. So we had 300. This has been a really tough year. First of all, let's recognize that. When the global pandemic hit, we didn't know what was going to happen. Everything shut down. The parks shut down. National parks shut down. We were all just kind of like hunkered down, and that's great. I think that was a smart thing that we did. But can we hike? Can we do a 6-Pack of Peaks challenge? We didn't know. And so it was a couple months probably later, sometime in May or June, when we kind of knew that, yeah, it is possible to hike. Places are starting to reopen with some new rules about social distancing and wearing a mask, or, something, like I like to carry, when I'm hiking, a buff, and then, I've got it around my neck and I can just pull it up when I need to. But there are ways to do this and to do hiking safely in most places. So that's really encouraging. And it's been great because we have, it's so helpful for our mental health and just our psyche, to be able to get outside and unplug, get away from all the screens like the one we're staring at tonight, and reconnect with nature and just kind of ground ourselves. I've been super busy as we've been, a lot of the we have the Six-Pack of Peaks Challenge series, and a lot of them are starting right now. So including NorCal 2021. And so we've been super busy here. But I had to get out this morning. So, I took my wife and our 2 dogs and we did a 6-mile hike in the snow up in Oregon. And it really helped me just kind of clear my head. And I think that's one of our goals, is to help people, give them some motivation to get outside and get away from the screens, and to connect with, connect with nature, the outdoors, and just kind of center yourself. So hopefully that's been your case as well. On top of the pandemic, we had wildfires all over the place. So we had wildfires shutting down places in Colorado, in Southern California, and of course, terrible wildfires up in Northern California. And a couple of the peaks are still, I think, are maybe closed. And so we ended up creating alternate peaks. As many of you know, we established Mission Peak as an alternate, which was easy because we had it in the first year's challenge. We added Berryessa Peak, and it promptly got closed by the fires. And so then we added Black Mountain. And so we finally had a set that, everybody could, if they needed to, find 6 peaks to finish the challenge. And so that's been really, really tough. And of course, each of us have our own stories, our own personal stories of how this year has been, and it's been tough. And so I know there's a lot of people who, maybe wanted to do something like the challenge, or had other adventure goals that they had to put on hold. One of mine was to climb Mount Rainier. On May 8th of this year, me and a buddy were supposed to be climbing Mount Rainier with a guide, International Mountain Guides. And of course, Mount Rainier National Park was completely closed. So that was not an option. Fortunately, I feel very privileged and lucky that we were able to just roll that over to this year. So May 8th, knock on wood, we'll hopefully, weather permitting and everything else, will be on the summit of Mount Rainier on May 8th of this year. So the good news is that 2021 looks like there is an opportunity for us to still, set some adventure goals, get outside, get some fresh air and fitness, and enjoy that. So with all that in mind, we did have 315 challengers for this year. We have 567 hike logs and 57 people finished. So I think that's pretty awesome. And a lot of those folks are here, and I just want to recognize some of them. So let's take a look at the list, and I'm gonna stop sharing that. And of course, you're all here. I can see on the screen. I'm going to do a quick screenshot, and raise a glass if you have one handy, and we'll give a toast to our finishers. Congratulations to all of you. Amazing job that you've done. And let's take a look at some of those names. Doesn't count if you don't take a sip. Okay, let's see. I'll share my screen. Go to there. So with luck, you can see I'm on the Social Hiker website. I'm going to go to the Northern California Challenge, and you'll see here we've got the list. We've updated the map, and we've updated the list of the peaks for 2021. So it looks a little bit different than it did in 2020. And if we scroll down to the bottom, you can see the links to the finishers list for all of the previous 3 years, 18, 19, and 20. And here we are. We have their username on here. So I'm going to try to translate some of these. So we have Dee, Michael, Don Hogue. I think I'm saying that right. Don, am I? David, Joy, Valerie, Lori, Victoria, Catherine. And some of these folks, like I know, look at this. We've got the first 3 here completed all 6 peaks by January 6th. So that's pretty freaking amazing.
Before the year went downhill.
That's, yeah. First of all,
Planning.
there's some brilliance behind that. You know, that was very prescient to be able to do that so early before everything went to heck. So great job, guys and gals. And then still, you know, a lot of people finished in January. So we had 4 people in January, and their 5th one here, Joy and Valerie on the 1st of February, and
Lori as well.
Lori as well. Yeah. So, you know, a lot of people got going on it right away, and that's awesome. Let's see, who else do we have here? Catherine, Ronald, Bell, Scott Miller, and I'm not sure who your wife is, Scott, from the name here. So Diana, gosh.
Okay.
Catherine, Lynn, Michelle, Nick, Garrett, and Carl Dahl. Carl, hey, congratulations. I know that last year or the year before 2019, you kind of waited a little bit long and you ended up finishing in December.
Yeah.
This year you got on it.
I'm doing my first 2021 peak next week also for the same reasons. Don't wait till December.
Don't wait till December. Yeah, you never know what could happen. Let's see. John, George, Christine, and where is I've lost my, here we go. Let's move on down. Martin, Don, David, Ricardo Rios at number 28 here. Ricky, this guy, I got to show you his profile. We have to come up with something special to recognize this guy, because these are the peaks that he did this year.
Oh my gosh.
He started with, well, actually some of this goes into last year, but he did, let's see, the 2020 Arizona winter. He did the 2020 SoCal challenge. He did the 2020 Colorado challenge. He did the NorCal challenge, and he did the Arizona summer challenge. So that's 4 or 5 challenges in a calendar year. So Ricky, awesome job. I don't know if you're on here tonight, but I'm impressed, very impressed. And we've got to come up with some way to recognize that guy. Let's see. 29, Madeline, congratulations. Blythe, Julie, Sean, Robert, Marie, Diza, Bridget, congratulations. Jason, Christine, Diane. I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but I'm probably butchering it. Let me know. Wow, so many folks. Brenda, Kelly, another Kelly, Holly, Lorraine, Holly, Mehmet, Marina, Burris, Jennifer Davies, Gabriel, Vanessa, Juices, Janie, John, Kyle. Hey, Kyle, congratulations. You made it. Patty, Jennifer, and Laura. So we had a lot of people who made it on the list. So congratulations to all of you. Pretty freaking cool. And one of the things I want to just point out real quickly while we're here is that the other thing that you can do is just take a look at these hike logs that have come in, or from last year. So we can take a look at the various folks adventures that people have had, and the people who finished last. This is obviously showing the ones that are the last ones, you know, people who waited till December to get things done. So hey, there he is. He got on the list. So Kyle got on the list, and a lot of people who made it after all of this, and did quite a few like right at the end. So that's pretty cool. And you can go in and click on the hike log, and go through and read the what happened, what the conditions were like. He's got a link to his recording of it, and then the pictures that he's done. So you can go in and kind of check them all out. You can leave a comment if you want, and maybe be sure to do that. It's a great way to interact with the community and to kind of give people some encouragement for that. So I'll stop right there.
Yours works a lot faster than mine.
You know what? So I don't know if that's when the last time you did that?
A couple of weeks ago.
Oh, okay. So we were just in two things. One, we've been slammed. We just migrated to a new server, in part in December, mid-December-ish. So it could have been that. And the new server is going to help us with the whole performance issue, number one. And two, it's going to prepare us for something that's coming this spring, and that is an app. So we'll have an app that'll make the whole thing a lot easier to be able to share, and to interact with people and comment. And you'll be able to get, if somebody comments on your hike log, you'll just get a notice on your phone, and you can click it and hit reply or thanks or like things and all of that good stuff. So we're really excited about that. I don't want to get too excited until it happens, but it's coming. So the other thing that I wanted to mention that is coming, let's see if I can get there. I don't know why, but I can't control my my cursor here. Let's see. Oh, here we go. The other thing that I wanted to show that is coming this next week, will be shipping out. Let's see if I can get the focus on this. The finisher patches. So this is an embroidered iron-on patch with finisher on the top. And we have if you've seen on some of the other blog posts on there from some of the other challenges that we've done the finishers party for Colorado and Pacific Northwest, we have a certificate of achievement. So we'll be mailing a certificate of achievement, and a finishers patch to each of the finishers on the list. And that'll start going out next week. One thing that I'll ask is that we're going to assume that the shipping address that we used when you registered for the challenge is still correct. So if for some reason, that's changed, you've moved, totally understand, just let us know. So you drop us a line, drop me an email, or leave a message on the website, and just let me know so that we can contact you and get the correct address. All right. Thank you. So look for that. Those are coming. Kyle, hey, thank you for the notice about the Mount Tam links. We'll get that fixed. Let's see what we have. So I wanted to flip over here. We're going to do a little trivia contest, and Emma's got something going. And one of the things we're going to give away is a finishers T-shirt with the names of all of the finishers. So these are going to be in the order that they were entered on the finishers list. And so not necessarily, it's more by when you log the hike. So if you waited and procrastinated and, hiked it in May, but you didn't finish logging it till December, I can't help you. But it'll be on that order, and it'll have all the names of all the finishers. Those will also be available. We'll send out a link if you wanted to get one. They'll be available in the shop. So we'll make those available. So let's turn it over to Emma. Emma, what are we doing here?
All right. So we are going to be playing a trivia. I'll share my screen in a second. There's going to be a QR code that you can scan, or there's also a web link that you can go to. So if you're on your computer, you can either open another browser, or you could just scan the QR code with your phone. and we'll have a few kind of test questions to make sure that everyone kind of gets how it works before the actual trivia starts. So I'll just go
and
ahead
there's you get points for the correct answer, and you also get points for speed.
Yes. So you have to answer the question correctly quickly. So you can't just press a random one quickly and get a lot of points. You gotta get it right.
Theoretically, we won't have any ties. You know, somebody will win, maybe by milliseconds, but somebody will win.
And another thing, so after the first couple of test questions, it will, before the trivia starts, it'll ask you to put in your name and choose an emoji to represent you for the game. So please put in your actual name so we can identify who wins. And then please be appropriate when choosing emojis. All right. Go ahead and share my screen now. Hold on just a second.
Is it letting you share?
Yeah, I'm just.
Okay. Operator error.
Yeah. All right. There we go. All right, can you see my whole screen? Maybe.
I can see your screen.
You can see my whole, okay, cool. All right, so at the top up there, you can go to ahaslides.com/NorCal. And you can also scan this QR code to join. So we'll go ahead and let some people join.
I shared the link in the chat as well, so you could click that if you're on a computer already.
Good idea. We have just about everybody.
I'm disqualifying myself.
Yes. I'm also not. I guess it wouldn't be fair since I wrote the quiz.
What do we have to do besides scan this?
So far, that's all you have to do. So
when you scan that, it should open up it should say, do you want to open this website? And it'll take you to the website.
Yes.
Or you can click the link I put in the chat. So if you're on a computer, you can click that ahaslides.com/NorCal.
Gas money, please.
Thanks, Phil.
No interest and no credit check.
Anelia, do you have a question?
No.
Okay. All right. No problem.
And debit card.
All right.
No overdraft or monthly maintenance fees.
I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody just to make sure it's, except Jeff, I guess I'll keep you unmuted. All right. Looks like we got everyone. So moving on. All right. So this is just a test question to kind of make sure everybody understands kind of how it works. So look at your phone and answer this for fun question. Very nice. I see a lot of first timers. Well, first timers are now being overtaken by the 2-year people.
Who's done it every year? That's I'll be interested to know that.
Is that Carl? Maybe.
Ah, somebody's done other ones. Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. All right, got almost everybody in here.
I think we can call it. I think it's been
All right,
long enough.
very interesting. All right, now test question number 2. We got, which was your favorite peak? So in this one, you have 2 minutes to answer. You can type in multiple peaks. You can type in the same peak over and over again, but all of your answers will pop up on a word cloud. Just be kind of a fun visual to see which of the peaks was everyone's favorite. And also for the background pictures on here, I took a few of our background pictures from some of your hike logs. So if you look closely, you might recognize one of your pictures. Very nice. A lot of Diablo, Mount Tam. Love the view from Mount Tam.
This is kind of fun.
Yeah. Good. Cool. All right. Cool. All right, I think I'll call it on that. Seems like Diablo and Rose kind of seem to be the bigger ones. I think they get bigger.
Or
the
maybe
more
Mount Tam. You know, I think Mount Diablo and Mount Tam were probably the top because the different ways that people spelled it too. You know, like
yes.
Tam,
That's
Mount
true.
Tam or Mount Tamalpais.
Yeah, that is a good point. Very, very cool. All right.
That's awesome.
And then, of course, some of the peaks got shut down mid-year, so that increased
They
their
may
use.
not. Yeah, that's right. And some of them were open late in the year, so people who finished.
Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And then so for most of the quiz questions, it's going to be a multiple choice. So this next test question will be a multiple choice just to really get you used to it. And then I promise the trivia will start.
When is your birthday?
This is not hiking related, just to make sure everyone knows how to enter the, you know.
Cool.
Got a lot of I'm April too, so I'm not playing, but I'd be number 9 in that category. All right, very cool.
Oh, that's not NorCal. Where is that photo?
No, that's just a stock photo of somewhere.
Like, I don't know. That's NorCal.
Kind of looks like Oregon, maybe, or
the Sierras somewhere. Yeah.
Sierras, yeah. I don't know. It was a pretty picture. I just threw that in there. Good eye. All right. So now the trivia begins. So again, sign in with your real name when it asks you to. Choose an appropriate emoji. Faster you respond correctly, the more points you will get. Here's that QR code again. I think everyone's here, so I'll just move past that. And now you can look at your phones or your other browser tab, enter your name, and choose an emoji. Very nice.
Vanessa. One player. Vanessa, you get points for being the first. This is cool.
Yeah.
This is the first time I'm seeing this, so.
I forced my family to play this last night as a test run and a couple of my friends. So it was pretty funny being the only one that knows anything about any of the peaks. I won by a landslide, but I guess I kind of cheated. I like the range of emojis that everyone's choosing too. Yeah, this little scientist lady, a bear, see a rock climber, wrestlers, got a merman, very cool. Scarf, I like it.
I need to up my emoji game. I'm clearly. I do like the smile and the wink and the thumbs up, and that's about it. You know?
Yeah. That's all.
Okay.
And in my test run, I did notice that if your screen ends up freezing up, you can refresh the page and it should bring you back to where you left off, hopefully. So hopefully nobody runs into that issue, but just a little
I love this.
trouble.
Just don't ask the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow. That's a good one.
All right.
I think yeah, we should, maybe should we start? Is there anybody who's having trouble getting in, or?
I can't get in. I don't know what I'm doing.
So are you on a phone or on a browser?
Well, I was doing it on the computer and I wasn't able to answer any questions. So then I tried to get it on my phone and that's just stuck somewhere too, telling me to get ready to play.
That's what we are.
That's what you're supposed to see. Does that have your name and your avatar on that, on the get ready to play?
Yeah, and it says question 1 of 10.
That's what
Yep,
I'm seeing
that's-
also.
Yep, that's where we are.
You're good. You're good,
Yep.
Brenda.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Is anyone else having trouble? No. All right.
Let's
will
roll.
Go ahead and start it. All right. And I think we have about 25 seconds to answer each question, except for one of them. But yeah, 25 seconds is the time limit for each one. All right, here we go. All right, question 1 of 10. What is the summit elevation of Mount Tam? All right, we got 5 seconds remaining. 4, 3,
I don't.
2, and 1. All right, time's up. Correct answer was 2,571 feet. I'm very glad nobody selected 100 inches. I would have lost faith in a lot of you. Good job. All right. And now we can see. Okay. All right. So far, we have a tie between Michael and Dawn, with Robert coming in very close with 1 point behind them.
Wow.
All right. Question 2. You can hike to Rose Peak from Del Valle Regional Park, but you also have the option to start from where?
I suppose technically all of these answers are right.
I mean, yes.
If you want to hike, if you want to walk far enough.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, Jeff, good luck hiking from the Golden Gate Bridge to Rose Peak.
Yeah, right.
I'll be waiting for your hike log on that one. All right. From the Sinol Wilderness. That is correct. I don't know why there's this.
That could be part. That could be part of the Bay Trail. The loop around the bay, right? Yeah.
It could be.
Yeah.
All right. See, if that knocked anyone out of or into first place.
Dawn moves up. Oh no, they're still tied.
Oh yeah, they're still tied. They just
Dang.
give you. And Blythe jumped up there. Very good. All right. Moving on. Question 3. Which of these is not one of the 10 outdoor essentials? All right, everyone answer.
Oh. Hey.
You guys know your 10 outdoor essentials. Very good. All right. And Michael jumped ahead. Dawn is now in a tie with second place with Blythe. All right, we got some other people.
This is a lot closer than I expected.
Yeah, it is. I should have thought of harder questions. All right, moving on. Number 4. Which state park is Mount Sizer located in? So for this one, you have 2 minutes to answer because you have to type the name of the state park. Or you have a minute or 45 seconds, whatever I put on there. But I believe in you guys.
Ever diminishing time.
Yes. Time is fleeting. Yeah, 10 seconds on the clock.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Time's up. All right. Henry W. Coe State Park. And one person, you would have got it right. It was just slightly off. I'm sorry.
Well, they knew it, but you know.
Yeah, you knew it. You got pretend points. All right. You got Michael just inching ahead. Few points above Robert. Very nice. All right. Question 5. This one, we're back to the 25-second time limit. What is the hiking mileage for Mount Diablo when hiking from the Mitchell Canyon staging area?
More or less.
Yes.
Your mileage may vary.
Especially if you're my dog and you run up and then run back down and then run up and then run back down.
Yeah, so I did a 6-mile hike today with both my dogs, and I tracked it on Gaia. You know, it's roughly 6 miles, but we got them new dog collars that have GPS and it tracks their steps and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And it tracked half of the trip for one of them and like a mile of it for the other.
Oh.
I was very disappointed. So
yeah, I've always wondered how much my dog will, like, especially when we're hiking in a group, he'll like run up to the people at the front, and then he'll run back down, and then he'll run back up to the front again, then he'll run back down. And I always feel like he's probably doing double the amount of everyone else.
Yeah.
Hopefully next time it'll work because I'm curious to know what that is. All right. Good job, most of you.
Clearly we've got a lot of smart people, we've got some easy questions. So
yeah, I'll have to change up the questions, make them a lot harder for the Southern California people.
Yeah.
All right, but we still got at least a first place person, but everyone else is very close. All right, number 6. At which of these peaks can you drive to the summit, but you can't count it for the challenge if you don't hike? Three, 2, 1. Mount and Hum. Yep. You can drive all the way up there. Depending on where you're starting. Mission Peak, you can almost drive to the top, but
if you had a Jeep, maybe.
All right. Very good.
I don't know. I think Michael's emoji might be prescient.
It might be. All right. Mount St. Helena is one of the few mountains in the Bay Area to receive blank in winter. Does it receive tourists? Does it receive snowfall? Does it receive Christmas gifts? Does it receive new plant growth? Everyone has answered. And they all got it right. Congratulations. It's sad though that it doesn't get any Christmas gifts in winter. Maybe this year we can change that.
Oh, boy.
All right, Michael continues to reign.
Yeah, well, he's got the crown on his emoji, so there you go.
Sure does. All right, question 8. When did Mount Umunhum open to the public? Everyone answered. You're quick. 2017 is the answer. I tripped a few of you up there. All right. And Carl has shot to the first place spot. What happened to Michael? I don't know.
Wow.
Wow, you got bumped down to 11. That's a surprise. All right. Well, good job, Carl. And question 9. How many kids have gone on weekend expeditions with Big City Mountaineers since they were founded?
And let me just make a correction here because they're actually week-long expeditions.
Yes. Week long, not weekend.
Not weekend, yeah.
Yeah, I neglected to change that. Whoops. Over 10,000 is the correct answer. Yes. Very awesome. And Jeff will be talking more about Big City Mountaineers after this, I believe.
Yes.
All right. And Michael's back up in the top 6 at least, but we have Dawn reigning supreme so far. Might have to change from sunglasses to a crown on that one. All right. And the final question. This will determine the winner. Which of these peaks are not in the 2021 challenge?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 5 seconds. Oh, and everyone answered. Rose. Yep, looks like we got some people paying attention to the website. Very good to hear. All right, we'll see our final. And Dawn squeaked by in the end. Congratulations.
Hey.
Jenny coming in 2nd place and Laura in 3rd. Very nice.
Okay, so Don, you're going to be getting. I don't have a shirt to show you, but you're going to be getting a finisher's T-shirt with the 6-pack, your name, right on there. So congratulations.
Woo.
That was a lot of fun. And Emma, thanks. Good job on the trivia. That was fun.
You're welcome.
We're gonna ramp up the difficulty level next time we do this, I think.
Yeah.
We're gonna need some tricky questions. Okay, so I want to go back and do a quick screen share. Let's see if I can do this. We did that. Okay, so Big City Mountaineers, great. Thank you for all, as part of the challenge, we have raised over $5,000 for Big City Mountaineers for the 2020 challenge. And we got a letter from, first of all, Big City Mountaineers, if you haven't checked out what they are about, I highly recommend you check out their website at bigcitymountaineers.org. They've been around for 30 years. And I'm going to do a quick screen share of their website. What they do is pretty awesome. They work with youth who are under-resourced. They don't typically, they're oftentimes not, they haven't been outside. I mean, they haven't been backpacking or canoeing or, out in the wilderness for a week. And so they partner with local youth organizations in different places like Oakland or Seattle or Denver, different places around the country. And they provide the gear, the expertise, the guides and chaperones to kind of take them, and as well as some of their local leaders. So they already have people that they know, and they go on these week-long expeditions. And it's really cool to read some of the stories from some of the people who've been through the program, and how it just kind of transformed their perception of what they are capable of, not just in the outdoors, but in life in general. So that's a really, really cool thing. And if you're interested, there's a couple things that you can get involved in. And one of them, I think for 2021, it might be already pretty full. But they have this, let's see, where is it? Is it Summit for someone? Yes. So they have, yeah, you can see all these trips are full, except for this Longs Peak trip. So they do some pretty cool trips that you can go on, not with the kids, but it's a guided trip with people who, as an additional fundraiser for Big City Mountaineers, up things like Mount Rainier or Whitney or Hood and so on, Grand Teton. And they're guided experiences. And what you do is you commit to raising a certain amount of, each one has a different fundraising commitment for that particular trip. And it covers all of the stuff that you need, the permits and the guide and everything else. So if you're looking to kind of, level up your adventures in 2022, probably, keep that in mind. It's that Summit for Someone series, and it's a really, really cool program. So with that, I want to just share real quickly a letter from the executive director, Brian Martin, who just said, hey, in these uncertain times, you've given more than you know. All of us are now more familiar with what it feels like to be disconnected from the natural world. Shelter in place and shelter at home orders have restricted our usual access to backcountry spaces. Continued social distancing recommendations have made bustling natural areas harder to safely access. And we've seen how crowded some of the trails have been. Mental health has suffered in our communities, both from the stress of the pandemic and from our decreased interaction with nature. But before they go on a Big City Mountaineers trip, those feelings of disconnection are nothing new for our youth. And in these times, to connect a young person to nature and to their innate ability to learn, change, and grow is truly transformational. You likely know firsthand the healing, empowering, and transformative power of nature. And with your gift, all of you, you're helping pass the torch and giving those experiences to youth at a time when it really couldn't be more necessary. This year has been a tough one for Big City Mountaineers. A lot of their programming was delayed for obvious reasons, but they're working on getting ready and adapting the program and getting ready for hopefully doing this in the this coming year. So thank you for giving to the next generation of outdoors people, nature lovers, and stewards of the land such an incredible introduction to the outdoors. And I think that's one of the key things for me, is just that it helps us build up a solid base of young people who are going to help, who realize the importance of our outdoor spaces and are going to be there to support and make sure that they get the funding that they need and vote for those things that are going to keep those parks in place and keep our spaces wild and beautiful. So thank you from Big City Mountaineers and from myself. Okay, let's do, what else can we do here? Let's see. So 2021, I wanted to share a couple things. We have, I know some of you probably, I don't know, show of hands if you're on video, how many of you are actually in the 2021 challenge already? I know some of your names I've seen. Awesome. All right, so we got a lot of folks already in there. We have updated our page. Obviously, there's a couple broken links that we were just notified of, so we'll get that squared away. But we've updated the peaks for 2021. we have a link to the hike logs for 2021, and you can see them rolling in already. And we have a link to the finishers list, although this year we don't have a finisher yet. So I don't know if the logs haven't come in or whatever, but you know, it's already the 8th of January, you guys. Come on, Don and Michael, you know. You guys, it's tough, I know, but there's time. So that's out there. I mentioned that we have an app coming. And then the other thing that we're going to be doing in 2021 that's going to, I think, be fun is we're going to have little monthly mini challenges that aren't, there's not a sign up fee for anything. It's just something for people who are already registered for a challenge to kind of keep them motivated and keep us engaged all 12 months of the year. So when you finish the challenge in January, you can still stay connected and you still have a reason to come back and, you know, participate in the community and encourage your fellow challengers. So look forward to sharing those. And what else do we have to share here? Let me look at my notes. The app I mentioned, oh, is that we just have gear to give away. And who wants to win some gear? Everybody does.
2 people, maybe.
All right. All right. So we have some stuff. Actually, I don't need to even have this on the screen. So let me just stop sharing that. I've got the real stuff here. So let's just look at that. So Emma has got the magic randomizer number drawing, you know, machine on her desk. And so we're gonna take it, go prize by prize. So we're gonna start with this guy, which is a inflatable solar light. I've got one of these. It's not this exact model. It's an older one. So I would love to win this. This is actually a really handy thing to have. You can keep it in your car. It collapses down. You can blow it up. It's inflatable. It'll go in water. And it's got a little strap that you can hook a carabiner to or whatever. So you can hook it to the roof of your tent, or you can use it in your car. You can use it wherever you happen to be. So it's a nice thing to have. It's super light and it doesn't need batteries and it charges really easily. So it's a Lucy inflatable solar light. And Emma, let's spin the wheel,
Right.
or whatever you do. Who's our winner?
Yeah. Dee Dee Chung Hammer. Are you here?
Dee Dee, congratulations. She's here with Michael.
Michael pointing. All right.
Congratulations, Dee Dee.
Inflatable light.
Sending this off, these with the patches and everything next week. Let's see. Next up, let's go to the let's do a Hydro Flask. Hydro Flask, if you don't have one, you should. I'm just going to say it. I think that they're awesome. It's a dual wall vacuum sealed stainless steel bottle that can keep hot beverages hot or cold beverages cold. And so I'll fill one of these with ice and then water, and it'll still have ice at the end of my hike. You know, it'll still be cold. Or I can put, you know, hot coffee, or, you know, on a cold day, you know, and go up to the peak and I've got hot coffee at the top. So super nice, you know, thing. This is a 20 ounce, I believe, 21 ounce bottle. It's the size that would fit in pretty much any cup holder. So awesome for that. And Hydro Flask. What do we got?
All right. We have Martin Surridge. Martin, are you here?
Martin, congratulations.
Ooh.
You've got a Hydrofest coming your way next week. Let's see. Let's do This is an REI. It's a day pack. It's their Ruck Pack 18. It's an 18-liter day pack. It's always nice to have a pack. I mean, most of us all have, day packs. Some of them might be a little stinky and dirty and, worn. So you might want a new one for yourself. You might want something for a friend. You might want to have one so that you can invite your buddy who wants to go for a hike. And now they have a way, they don't have an excuse. So they have something they can carry their own dang water bottle, or whatever. So we have the REI Ruck Pack 18-liter, and the winner is Emma.
Christine Escarda. Are you here, Christine?
Congratulations, Christine.
Yay.
Okay. The next thing we're gonna give away is this guy. This seems, it's a water bottle, basically a collapsible water bottle called a Kataydin Be Free, but it's also a water filtration system. I use this when I go backpacking as my source for filtering water. So it's a nice thing to have because you can fill it with water for pretty much for any source, and it's going to take care of, it removes 99.9999% of bacteria and 99.9% of protozoa, including E. coli, Giardia, Cryptosporidium, and so on. So, and it weighs 2.3 ounces, super lightweight. It's lighter than, the Nalgene bottle that I typically carry. And so basically you take the cap off, it includes the filter, you scoop it into the creek or the stream or whatever your water source is, put the cap back on. It's got a flip top that keeps the spigot clean. And you can either squeeze it into another bottle or a cup or into your mouth or whatever you want. And it's super fast, super light, and super handy. So the Kataydin Be Free 1-liter water filtration system.
Right. Yeah. David Welch.
David Welch, congratulations. Is David here? I am not being able to follow. So let's see.
I don't think so.
Okay. David Welch, Be Free's coming your way. And let's go we'll do another backpack. This is an Osprey Daylight. It's a 20-liter backpack. So it's 2 liters larger than the REI, a little bit bigger. Osprey, they're one of my personal favorites for backpacks. As far as like mass-produced backpacks, they do a really good job with a wide range of things, good fit, a lot of good, basic functionality. This one has a hydration sleeve. It's got lots of compartments, that you can expand. So if you want to stuff your jacket in the back, and it's got zippered stuff and side pockets for water bottles that are stretchy, and just pretty much like all the things that you might possibly need. And it's still pretty lightweight and small, really handy. And like all of the Osprey packs, it has a whistle built into the sternum strap, so you've already got one of the 10 essentials, a way to signal people if you get if you need help. So the Osprey pack, who's our winner? Emma.
Right. We have David Palmer.
David, congratulations.
Yay! Woo!
Okay. We have one more of these Hydro Flasks, so I don't need to go into why I love Hydro Flasks, just that you want one. Who's the winner?
Lorraine. It's the only name that's on here. Lorraine. Is Lorraine here? Maybe. I don't know. Woo! Yay, Lorraine.
Congratulations, Lorraine. And now we have something that I think is probably our grand prize. This is something that I think is super cool. This is a Garmin, the Garmin InReach Mini. It's a GPS satellite communicator. What this means is that if you get stuck somewhere with no cell service and you twist an ankle, you can press an SOS button and it'll contact search and rescue. You'll have contact with them and they can two-way communicate with you. So you're able to send messages to them, say, yeah, I twisted my ankle. They get to know what the severity of the situation is. Is it life or death? Is it, what? And they can provide help for that. But hopefully you'll never have to use the SOS button. But even if you don't, this is still useful because there are times when you might get stuck somewhere where you don't have cell service and you're running late and you don't want your partner to be worried back home. You can send a message with this and they'll get that message, either an email or a text or however you have to set that up, but it'll communicate with them via the global satellite. So it's super, super cool. This is the mini version, and I'll just for comparison, this is my old InReach. It's, I don't know how many years old that is. It's still totally functional, but just for comparison, there's the mini next to it. So way smaller, way lighter. They both work with your smartphone, so either Android or I use an iPhone. Works really well with that. So you basically just like sending a text message and press send, boom, and it goes through your InReach and connects to whoever you want to send to. So this is a really nice prize. And we said that this would be the one prize that you must be present to win. So if we call your name, we're going to ask you to unmute yourself and say, yeah, I'm here.
Yeah,
and,
make yourself known.
Yeah, make yourself known. Otherwise, we'll go to the next name until we find somebody who's here. So Emma, do your
All
magic.
right, here we go. Oh, I know I saw this name in the trivia. We have Blythe.
Blythe.
Oh my God, I'm here. I've wanted for so long for backpacking. You guys don't even understand. We had a weird situation on Whitney once. Oh my God.
Hey, congratulations, Blythe.
Thank you. Oh my God, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I got 4 of my friends to sign up for 2021. I'm just saying.
Awesome. Yeah, well, that's good karma. There you go. That's it for our gear giveaway. Hey guys, I wanted to just open it up and give you a chance if you have a special story or something you wanted to share, or somebody who we should recognize for something exceptional that you've, an exceptional story or just a funny story or anything that might have happened on the in your adventures in the past year.
Since it's quiet, let me throw out a question. Am I on mute or no?
Nope,
No,
we
you're
hear you.
Here. Okay, there we go.
Go ahead.
I'm doing this from a phone, so if my picture is jerky or anyway. Let's suppose some of the peaks reopen in calendar year 21. Are you going to allow any combination of the old and new and replacements and originals? You think?
I think that would be awesome. I would love to see something like that. So the great question, Carl, one of our ambassadors for the challenge. Thank you. We started it out with 6 peaks last year, and we ended up having to expand the list just so that people would be able to hike 6 peaks. Mm-hmm. And the great thing about that is that we've got some options available for us. So if that happens, or when it happens again, we'll be able to adjust. So if they open up, Rose Peak or Mount Sizer or some of these, or Berryessa, that kind of thing, we might be able to do some optional other things. And I don't know what that's going to look like yet. We'll probably have like the original 6. We'll have, you'll be able to finish the challenge with any 6 peaks.
Okay. Yeah.
So, and you might get you might be able to earn special badges depending on whether you do like the original 6 peaks that were part of the challenge on January 1st, or if you did a modified version, or if you did all of the peaks that were available. So if there were end up being by the end of like say October, we have, those other peaks open up and we can add them to the challenge. We'll have something like, complete all 9 peaks and get special, some special recognition for that.
Thank you.
Oh, I got some.
Go ahead.
Oh, I got something to share. Jeff, thanks again for doing this. I use it in conjunction. I don't know if people know the Leadville 100-mile race, but they put on, so they couldn't have it. I'm not going to do that race, but they had a 100,000-foot challenge. So it was great doing the peaks and this in conjunction. And so I was able to earn this belt buckle right there.
Sweet.
So that's just my story right there. So 100,000 feet of climbing. I think I had to do it within 3 months. And so,
oh man,
it was a challenge, but it was incentive, using yours and, just going, try some new peaks like, Mount St. Helens I'd never been there before. So again, thanks again. I had a fun time. I'm looking to do this year after year.
Awesome, George. Thank you. And I see you've got a lot of race medals behind you. You do a lot of running. Did you run these peaks?
I did run. Yes, I did run hike, you might say. So
okay, awesome.
And I was trying to get in a lot of mileage too. So like sometimes like Mission Peak, I summited once, went down to the other side to the college, up again, then the backside, up again. My most peaks, but I did Mount Tam quite a bit because it's close to my home. So that was my go-to peak to really get up 100,000.
Oh, that is awesome. So, yeah. That's a great story. Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah,
thanks.
That's excellent. I did a similar type of thing. I had a friend of mine who was running in Western States. He ran it last year, and I paced him because I don't want to sign up for an ultra. That would be silly. So I'd much rather do something like this in 6 days. But one of the things for training for the ultras is that one of my good friends had done a bunch of these peaks, and I decided, well, this would be great to do. I might as well try it. And it was a great incentive, and I think a couple of them have signed up for the 6-pack challenge. And so we were looking at, well, how many can you do in a day, maybe? And I guess there was somebody who did 2 in one day last year. So we're thinking, well, we're training for these events that are certainly more than 50, 100 miles or so. So you should be able to do, the 89 miles or so that it takes to do all the peaks, maybe in one day. But 6 days was certainly much more doable. But it was a lot of fun. I did a number of the peaks twice, but I didn't necessarily log them all. But it was a lot of fun to do. It was neat to go up on at that time of year, or actually this time of year, and be able to see the snow on the Sierra, and it was just magical. Last year we were blessed with really good weather at the beginning of the year, and unfortunately we had the smoke and the pandemic going on, so kind of lucked out doing it all early. But
yeah,
it really inspired me to do it again, and maybe to find other mini challenges to do along the way.
Awesome. Thank you, Don. You mentioned that you did some of the peaks multiple times. Somebody I was talking to somebody from this challenge was asking me, maybe raise your hand or shout out if you're here, said, hey, is there a way to, if I log, like Mission Peak, they did every week, they did it over 100 times, this year. And, is there a way to like get some kind of recognition for that? And we haven't done that to date, but I think that's a really cool idea, to be able to say, like, put a little gleam or some number, by your badge for each consecutive, log. So if you do,
Jeff, you should make it so you have to do it 10 times and then you get the gleam. So you only get them for every 10 times you do it.
Geez.
There you go.
Well, there's a guy who lives in somewhere in like Danville or someplace. He did 100 times. He did Mount Diablo this past year.
Yeah.
And when he had to start working at home, he said, "Well, I don't have this like long 2-hour commute every day, so I'll go run." And so he was doing Mount Diablo, and he had a streak of like 30 days in a row where he did it. And then it continued on from that, where he ended up doing 100. He finished it, I think, like on December 23rd or something, some ridiculous thing like that. But I'm a friend of his on Strava, and it's just amazing to see how many times he's gone up. And so I think that's a special kind of silly.
Yes.
Well, I have a cute little story to share.
Okay, Valerie.
My friend Lori and I did Mount Sizer in the snow. And there was one guy ahead of us, and he would leave us messages in the snow or smiley faces, or you can do it, you're there. It was really cute.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, most of the people you meet on the trail, especially the further away you get from the trailhead, are really cool, friendly, good people. So that's one of the things I love about hiking.
I find it's really fun being able to do a Bay Area peak in the snow. I did St. Helena back in January last year, and it was really nice. You don't get to actually walk in the snow in the Bay Area very often. You have to drive to the Sierras typically. It's a good way to get out in the cool season and see something like that.
Yeah, that makes it a whole different experience too.
Yeah.
So last year, Dee Dee and I did 2019, and we were second and third on the finishers table. And for 2020, we thought, well, if we can do it a couple days sooner, maybe we'll get first and second. And the first day we did, I can't remember what we did, but we did it. We came back, and Dawn had brought this up. Some girl had done 2 in one day.
Oh.
And we thought to ourselves, she did and Hum and Sizer in one day. And we thought to ourselves, oh, well, maybe not. We saw that Dawn did the first day, and we're like, okay. And then the second day, the girl didn't do another peak, and Dee Dee and I did, and we saw Dawn did it. And then the third day, Dawn. The fourth day, Dawn. We're like, son of a bitch. So the fifth day, Dawn. We're like, God damn it. It was Monday. Monday was going to be the 6th. And I told Dee Dee, I'm like, son of a bitch, I'm calling in sick from work because we're getting 1 and 2. I swear to God. And
Thanks, Dawn.
Okay, yeah, Dawn pushed us, and we had to go. So we live at the base of Diablo. Literally, we live 5 minutes away from Diablo, but we chose poorly. We had to do Tam, which is about as far away as we can go for our 6th one. We jammed up there. We're in the freaking parking lot logging this shit. We're like, Dawn better not be doing it in the morning because
Dawn's gonna crush us.
So thank you, Dawn.
I got to tell you, on Diablo, which was my last one, I went to work. I had work. I couldn't get the time off. I cut out of work really early, got to Mitchell Canyon, ran up there, got up there, hit sunset at the peak, and was heading back down. And so I did the last part down Mitchell Canyon in the dark with my headlamp, finished up, saw some bikers coming up the other way, and then saw them going back down the other way, and got near the parking lot at the end. And I hear this rumble in the background, and it's a ranger on his little 4-wheeler. And he told me, he says, well, I could write you a ticket for $500 for being in the park after hours. I'm going, well, my car's right there. And so he said, well, get to your car right now. And so it almost cost me a little bit, but I finished. I ended up finishing about 6 o'clock on January 6th last year.
Wow.
So it was memorable.
Oh gosh.
If you're still racing, if anybody's still racing to get them all done quickly, and Black Mountain are very reasonable to do in one day, especially if you're driving a long distance. They're not that far apart, and they're not probably the biggest peaks we have. So just a tip.
strategizing there, you know.
Yeah.
I was pretty happy with Diablo last year. I actually got Diablo in the snow. So it was February.
Yeah, that was rare.
Yeah, that was fun. So I wanted to thank you for challenging us at the last finishers dinner that we actually did, or lunch, physically together. And you challenged us to set a goal. So my goal was 2,020 miles in 2020. I did that at the same time that I did my last peak, which is the view that I have behind me, Mount Tam, looking at Mount Diablo.
Oh, that is
I was
awesome.
able to time it like that. It was perfect.
That's awesome.
End of the year, but yeah.
Well, congratulations. 2,020 miles, or 2,020 miles. Yeah, that is awesome. And
that was a lot harder than I thought, too.
Yeah.
And none of these ultra marathons for me. You guys, you can take that.
Yeah. I see that sometimes, those ultra marathon things, and I think, I don't know, that could be kind of, you know, weird fun. But, and then I don't know, that's not really for me. So I've done a marathon a couple times, and that's about the limit to what I want to do. Although I did hear, I co-host a podcast called the Almost There Adventure Podcast. If you get a chance, check it out on iTunes. And we have an upcoming interview with a guy who he organizes these trail runs around Tennessee, ultra trail runs. And he was saying that, like, you know, what's the base level for ultra trail runs? It's like, I don't know, 50K?
50K, yeah, 30.
He says that's easier than a marathon on pavement. You know, like a 50K trail run is easier than a marathon on pavement, just because of the impact on your body and everything else. So that's his impression. So I don't know, you know, that kind of made me go,
Well, Jeff, I started I got late to the game because I didn't know about the Six-Peak challenge. So I signed up in December. Thank you for letting me sign up late. And how do you say it? Mount Helena, something like that.
Yeah, Mount St. Helena.
Is the only one I could do to finish, and it's a long ways away.
Yeah.
From where I live, and so I decided to do it on the 31st. And because it's also in 2021, I spent the night and did it first. So why not, right?
Another little stratagem, right? Optimize the two challenges. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. Very good. Well done, Kyle. Well played. Hey, well, folks, I really appreciate everybody who was able to join the challenge this past year, and who is those of you who wanted to sign up again for 2021. Hopefully you have a great time. Hopefully things will improve to where I'll be able to come down and do some of these hikes. I know not this last year, but the year before, I was able to do a couple hikes down in NorCal, and we actually had met some other challengers on the trail and hiked together. So that was fun. We'll see what this year brings, as far as, if I get a shot in my arm sooner than later, then you may see me. At any rate, I hope you have a great year in 2021. I hope you have a lot of adventure, and that you get a chance to get as much time out on the trail as you can, and know that you are an inspiration to me personally, and to many other people in your life and in your circle. So just kind of keep that in mind, that you're really inspiring folks to get out there as well, by just what you do, getting out and tackling those challenges. And I'd love to hear what your challenges or what your adventure goals are for the coming, the next year. And so I'll post something on the website, in the forum, and send you all a link, and you can share your big goals for 2021. Guys, I want to say have a great night, have a great 2021. Let's hope it's better than 2020. And we'll see you hopefully this time next year. Good night, everybody.
Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Emma.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi.